Hey YouTube land, it's Tycondrius here doing another action figure review, and today we're doing something for a new line of figures. Well, this is Spinmasters The Flash. Is it The Flash or just Flash movie? Which is the Ezra Miller one, which I'm not going to get into the controversy surrounding that actor, but I'm just here for the actual toys, well, the figures, more so the Batman related stuff from that movie. I've never been a big Flash fan anyway, so it is from Spinmasters, and this is for the 4-inch line figures, so it does come packaged like this in the box. But I'm going to move it out of the way and have a quick look at the packaging, because the box is fairly big and is kind of in the way, so I'm going to move the figures out of the way. It does come in this big red, yellow or red gold style packaging, which is kind of how the Flash's uniform looks. It has the Flash movie logo in the corner, has an image there. It says Ultimate Batwing and Flash and Batman. In the top hand corner says includes 2 figures. You have the DC logo in the opposite corner. Flipping around the back of the box and get it into shot. Bear with me, I'm going to drag my camera up and you probably see a whole bunch of stuff in the way. So the back of the box just has the Warner Brother logos and a whole bunch of legalese stuff, and it just shows an image of Flash running, like photoshopped image of Flash supposedly running, and then it has Batman, the prototype version of the vehicle with Batman and the Batwing. What's funny about the prototype and the image on the back of the box, the Batman that's sitting in the vehicle looks bigger than the Flash, because when we get around to looking at the vehicle, you'll see he actually sits way down here by the fuselage basically of the Batwing, but that is beside the point. So I'm going to readjust my camera back down a bit. I'm going to move the box out of the way, and we'll bring back in the Batwing, which is this stunning piece of tech, which is fairly low to the ground. There is actual landing gear on it, so I'm gonna have to move my camera down even more. Probably get to see the bit of the mess that's hovering around it. So I have a few figures in the way, and then I'll just bring in what we'll do. Actually, I'm gonna move this into the background here like so. Hopefully it will stay there for the moment, and we'll bring in the 2 figures and get those done out of the way first, because for the most part people want to see the Batman figure and the Batwing. Not too many people are too pushed on the old Ezra Miller Flash, but some people are. They don't particularly care too much about the controversy surrounding him, so we'll start with him. We'll get him done out of the way first. So this is Ezra Miller's version of Flash, or the DC Universe, DCM, whatever they're trying to call it now, the multiverse or the DC movie verse version of Flash. So he is fairly skinny for a DC figure. We're bringing this is one of the previous comic book style, basic Spinmasters figures. You can see how thin Flash is compared to him. I don't have a Flash version. Like, even if I bring in another Batman, he's fairly thin. And even if I bring in the Patterson Batman, you see that Flash is very thin and scrawny compared to him. And the same thing goes with Batman. The Michael Keaton style Batman that they put out is very skinny compared to the Patterson style Batman that they put out. As you can see, he's even a bit shorter, and we'll get into that in a minute. But for articulation, arms can rotate around, single jointed elbow, or a single jointed shoulder can go up that much. You can single joint elbow, swivel in the elbow, nothing in the wrist, ball joint in the head, so you get left right. You can do a 360. You can do the splits that much. You can kick forward. He does have a single jointed knee with a swivel and 2 ginormous peg holes on the bottom of his feet. In fact, he does fit into one of the Fortnite stands if you have one of those spares to stand him up in. but other than that, he's not too bad. The coloring matches that of what we see in the movie, or the promo shots for the movie so far. So it does look like the same suit. There is an alternate version Flash, which is wearing a repurposed bat suit. So there is that. It has the whole original 89 Keaton design, but it's been resprayed red with gold on it to make it look more like the Flash. And I think the bat symbol is sprayed over with a Flash symbol. But onto Batman himself. So Batman has a soft goods cape. Unlike the one that came with the Patterson one, it has that kind of vinyl-y kind of feel to it. This is more soft goods. It's more material feel. It does have same articulation. Arm can rotate around. Can hinge out that much. Doesn't hinge up as much as Miller's one. You have the Barry Allen. Barry Allen? Yes. You have single jointed elbow. Not quite a 90 degree, just a little bit less than 90 degree bend on it. You have the head on a swivel. You have thigh swivel. Actually, I forgot to say there's thigh swivel on the Flash one as well. You have the legs can do their splits that much. Can kick forward, can't really kick back. Single jointed knee with a swivel. Peg hold on the bottom of the feet. So if you have, again, the pegs from the Fortnite figure stands will actually hold them. So you have that. They don't come with any accessories, as in like batarangs, or in the case of Flash it would be lightning effects. You can, if you have batarangs from Patterson's stuff, you can give him one of those batarangs if you want. You could even give him the grapple gun, I would imagine. So if you have one of those, his head looks tiny compared to other figures. So, you know, if you just bring in Patterson's head, Batman, and the Flash movie one, his head is teeny. We'll just bring in tape measures so you can see the height. He should be standing around just under 3 1/4 inches. So he is actually standing, he's a bit over the 3 3/4, a little bit near 4 with the ears. And is Flash the same? Flash stands just around, just a little bit over the 3 1/4 inches from the head height. And for another comparison, I know we're getting, the Batwing is there in the background. Here is another Michael Keaton Batman, which is in the 4-inch scale. And this is a older, way older, I'll just put Miller over here in the corner. This is a way older version of Batman, which was done during the Mattel, when Mattel still had the licensing, which is the DC Multiverse line it was. They did a couple of Batman figures based on the Burton era. The only thing they never did was a Joker. They did Catwoman, Batman, Penguin, and there was a variant Batman, just like with the Patterson version that Spinmasters did, where he has the unmasked head, or the uncowled head. There's an uncowled head version of Bruce with the Batman costume on, so, or whichever way, Keaton with the Batman costume. You can even see the heads on these ones are a completely different scale. I much prefer, even though it's interesting to see that they actually got the look of Keaton on this smaller figure compared to the McFarlane promo images that we've seen. Hopefully once people start getting those McFarlane ones in hand, the actual head sculpt will look better. But like, even the Mattel one has a very close look to Keaton, which is quite nice. The unmasked head version of it was not that close to Keaton. It looked like they got one of the old Kenner toy heads and threw it on it. So now for the thing that everyone is actually here for, at least I would imagine they're here for, it is the Batwing. So, because this thing has quite a big profile, I'm going to start moving things out of the way. So you have the front of the Batwing, which is quite nice. You have an open canopy on it. What's interesting is that only a single seater. In the movie, I think you can see at least 3 people sitting in it. It does house either Batman or the Flash, whichever one you want to put into it, fairly reasonable. So he does just sit into it. He does, as I said in the promo picture on the back of the box, he's like sitting up here. He actually has to sit a good bit down into it, so you can actually get him to sit in it. Detailing is quite nice. It's not hollow or anything underneath. There is screw holes all over underneath. There is vents. There is flip down landing gear, but they are solid. There's no working wheels on it. It has a very low to the ground profile when those gears are out. And you can, it's a tight squeeze, you can fit this older version of Batman into it. Now, I'll have to remember how I got him to fit. You have to squeeze his leg a good bit. And you have to kind of, oh yeah, I know how to do it. You basically have to cross leg him for him to fit into it. There's enough room for it to go, but he's kind of lying down. Yep, come on, in we go, there we go. It is a bit of a tight squeeze, but you can get the old Burton version from Mattel to squeeze into it. You can't really see the legs too much, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. There isn't too much weight in the way of detailing on the inside of the cockpit. If we just get Batman out, there's no control console or anything. It's actually really hard to see, but if I do it this way, there's no control console. It's just a plain interior. There is a seat sculpted in seat, and that's part of the sculpt, but other than that, there's no other kind of console. You can, with a little bit of finagling, get some of the other Spin Master Batman from the comic book line, or the comic style or cartoonish style line, to fit in it. So here is one with the blue Batman that I got from one of the multi-pack sets. He will fit in it. There's probably miles may vary on which ones you can fit in there, but because his cowl is small enough, he will fit in. And the exception to the rule is this guy, which is the Robert Pattinson Batman. So far, I have not managed to get him to fit in this thing because of the way his legs work. His knees don't bend the right way for it to work. It is a bit of a squeeze, but so far, messing around with this guy, I haven't managed to fit him into this thing where you can comfortably close the canopy, because his ears keep getting in the way. So there is that. So all in all, it's a good set. I got this from Amazon, and it arrived literally at the time of this recording. It arrived yesterday. Unfortunately, had I waited, our local toy store Smith's in Ireland are supposed to be stocking this set as well, and it doesn't have a release date on it. So it is available now for, like, it is available at the time of this recording. It was still available from Amazon.com. So I got mine shipped from the States. There is another version with the Batwing. It comes with two versions of the Flash figure, and I think it comes with either, I don't think it's that, I think it comes with the Supergirl figure. So it comes with this exact same version of Flash. It comes with the Batman Batsuit, which looks similar to this suit, repurposed version of Flash, and then it comes with Supergirl, or it's Stod. I can't remember which one of those two characters it comes with, but there is a tree. It's another exclusive set, but the Batwing in it looks to be exactly the same, so there's no difference in the Batwing. There's no even battle damage or anything like that, where they kind of do that for sort of stuff. Even like with this Patterson, it's the one with the muddied boot prints, basically. So they didn't do anything different with it. But all in all, it is a nice set, even if the Batman in that set feels a little bit underscale compared to other figures. I know, but this guy's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt to stand up now. So we'll just get him to stand. You can see even how tall the Patterson Batman fits next to him. Even if we bring in a standard version, you can see how chunky the standard one is. He does stand a little bit taller than the basic kind of line stuff, but he is way more skinny. But all in all, it isn't a bad set. I picked this up just for, ideally for the Batwing, because I'm a huge fan of the original '89 Batman, and that Batwing from that movie was fantastic. This isn't the same vehicle that was in that film, but it's a close approximation of what it would have probably been had it been rebuilt from that film. So it is cool, and I am looking forward to the Batmobile from this set, from this era as well. So hopefully I will be able to get my hands on either one of the two Batmobiles. Spin Master are doing a radio control Batmobile that can hold a Batman figure, which looks fantastic, but it is quite a pricey prospect. And then there's a cheaper alternative, which just comes with, I think, two Batman figure and again Flash or one of the other characters, and it's a way cheaper price point at around $30. And they're even doing a larger scale version of this for the 12-inch figures, which does tend to fit stuff like the McFarlane scale, even though McFarlane are doing their own version of this and the Batmobile as well. So further down the line, if I get my hands on those, I'll do reviews, but as it is, I just have this, and I'm going to wrap it up here. But as always, I hope you enjoyed this quick review of the Batwing from the Flash movie. I will throw a link to Amazon, and I'll throw a link to Smith's site for it as well in the description when I get a chance to. But all in all, it's a nice set, and it wasn't too bank breaking to pick it up. And as I said, if you like these reviews, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up. And I hope you enjoy your day. Cheers, guys.